Hi everyone. In my recent talks, we've been talking a lot about taking time every day to really earth yourself, to really connect in to the source of yourself, to the source of that source of which you come from. So connecting in with Mother Earth, taking time in your day wherever you can to take a moment and just breathe and deeply connect with the feeling of the Earth Mother underneath you and the feeling of the universe around you, to connect in with the fact that you are this divine source energy, and this source energy is always in change. Source energy is always for you. But as human beings, we can get very focused on some particular areas in our life that are very destructive to us. For instance, we often focus on what is missing. And we get very concerned about what we feel is missing in our life, whether we feel we're missing out on more travel, whether we feel we're missing a partner, whether we feel we're missing that perfect job, whether we feel we're missing abundance in our life, or we feel we're missing our health. And it's very important to remember that what you focus on, what you put your attention on, unfortunately, is what you get more of. In other words, if your concentration and your thoughts are always on that area in your life that is missing in your life, then you will get more of what's missing, because the universe isn't correcting that. It's just simply an energy match, and so the energy needs to match. When you start thinking about prosperity, when you start thinking about imagining prosperity in your life, when you start imagining the end result of where you'd really like to be in your life, when you start thinking about your wonderful health instead of your ill health, when you start thinking about really feeling good about who you are and attracting a beautiful soulmate into your life, when you think about what you want to bring to your life and spend time focusing on that instead of focusing on what's missing, of course your energy will rise up, because you'll now be living in a higher vibration, and you will start to begin to attract the very thing that you want to attract. So it's really important. There's a few key elements here, and I would definitely suggest to you, if you're a fan of Wayne Dyer, to go into his library of wonderful talks and listen to him. And he reminds us that it's really important to stop focusing on what's missing. It's also really important to stop focusing on what is. Because the other thing we do is start focusing on the moment we're having. Oh, I haven't got enough money right now. I can't do that right now. I feel very limited right now. My health is poor right now. My partner is driving me mad. My work is terrible. We start to focus on what is. And yep, you got it. Then you get more of what is. Another area where we start to place our thoughts, we start to easily get caught in the area of, but it's always been this way. I've always had trouble with money. I've always had trouble with relationships. I've always had trouble with my health. I've always had trouble with my family. It's always been that way. And when we start to focus on what's always been, yes, you will get more of what has always been. Then the other area to this is also the area of what other people see our lives as, what our families, what our friends see or expect from us in our lives. And so they have a particular way of viewing your life. Well, you've always done that, or you've always done this, or you'll always do that, or you'll always make this difficult. There's lots of ways that people view you. And often we feel trapped because we want to somehow please our family or please those around us who have a very particular idea of who we are. And so without even knowing it, sometimes we keep ourselves trapped or in these kinds of invisible chains where we don't break free from those things because we're frightened of others' opinions of us. And so you can see, as we all can, that these areas are very problematic because they're very easy areas to fall into bad habits with. And so, as this beautiful divine source energy, if you came into this world as this beautiful source, this beautiful, you literally came from a speck in the universe, and you've come in with this divine creation and all the things you will ever need for your life. When you connect back into that source and you take time every day to really think about what that source is made up of, what are the components of you that are trying to reach forward, that are trying to work for you in your life, then these things are really imperative that you change. You really need to change the fact that you have to stop looking at what's missing. You have to stop looking at what is. You have to stop looking at what has always been. And you need to stop living your life in a way that fits in with all the people around you. Now, these are very interesting areas because we all form very big patterns of experience in our life. We have a lot of people around us in our lives that have influenced the way we think, the way we feel about ourselves, where our self-esteem levels are at. But the source of you is this beautiful, amazing, creative, changing spirit. And it's really important that you just give yourself some permission every day to go, you know what, I'd really like to change the way I'm viewing the world. I'd really like to change the way I'm viewing the situation. I talk to lots of people through my readings and things and my counseling sessions about, you know, if you really want to love the person you're with, you have to start seeing what you love about them, not what you don't like about them. You have to start really looking at the places and the areas that first attracted you to them, what you like about that person, what you respect and admire about that person. The same thing needs to happen with your work. What do you like about your work? What do you like about the position? Start viewing the things you like more so that you can manifest and bring more of the same. You always have a choice. You are this beautiful, divine, creative spirit, and you've always got a choice as to where you place your thoughts. You've always got a choice. Even when you're really, really feeling unwell and going through some kind of crisis with your health, the most important thing that you need to do, first of all, is move your thoughts out of what isn't there, which is your health, and move them back into, okay, let's say that I was really healthy at 40 and I want to think about how I felt when I was 40, then start thinking about that. Start thinking about the last time you felt really well. Start focusing on feeling well, and that beautiful body of yours will start to receive completely different signals through the cells of its body, through the atoms of your body, and miraculously start guiding you back towards your health. What's quite interesting about this, I've been doing a bit of experimentation myself lately about, not feeling so good. So there's been a few health challenges I've needed to look at. And since I've really started to think about, okay, how did I feel back here? What can I do to start really thinking only about feeling well? Then the first thing that changes was very automatically, I just started to eat differently. I started to eat more nourishing foods and beverages. I started to like more nourishing foods and beverages. And whilst I've never really been a drinker or a smoker, there's always room for some change. There's always room for reviewing some things for ourselves. And once you tell your mind and start focusing on a different movie that you're playing, which is really what we're talking about, focusing on a different movie and creating the movie you want instead of the movie you've got, then you become the successful producer of your life. You are the successful producer of that beautiful life that you want to step into. And now is the time. If you've been watching this today, if you've tuned into this today, if we've in any way prompted you to go and seek out some different teachers or mentors, then please, please, please do that for yourself. Because you deserve to feel good, you deserve to feel happy, you deserve to feel well, you deserve to feel love, but you must first start loving yourself. And when you love yourself, that starts you thinking about, you know what, I really have to change where I'm putting my focus. I really have to focus on the outcomes I'd really like to be enjoying rather than what is right now. This is Wendy. It's been great having your company. Hope you share this along and tune in again soon. Bye for now.